Get to it. Always trying to make it. Actually, you know what I tell people is I'm doing it. You are doing it. Yeah, if you're taking care of your family day in and day out, you are doing it. You are doing it, fella. Miss. But I want to talk about specifically the association with pleasures. What do you associate with pleasure? Do you associate hard work? And I think this actually goes to like the way our endorphins fire off. Because I get endorphins moving towards my goals. And when we reset, was it dopamine? Maybe it's not endorphins. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. So when we reset our dopamine to move towards good things, habits start falling in line. And the more you fill up your calendar with good things that you're doing, the more bad things fall off. So you gotta constantly fill your time and let your dopamine be fulfilled in positive habits. Or otherwise, during that white space on the calendar, that is where the devil lives. If you have an open area in your calendar, then that means you have an open space for the devil to move in your life, for him to tempt you, for him to cause you to do the thing that you hate. But when we learn to associate pleasure with the positive things that happen in our life, we can have a better understanding of why we feel bogged down all the time. Like, for example, after you eat a whole bunch of fatty foods or sugar, you feel like crap, right? Or after you scroll on social media for 4 hours, you feel like crap. Or when you jerk off and use your energy, you feel like crap. Or when you smoking hella weed or drinking hella beer, because those are false forms of dopamine. Those are false forms of dopamine that lie to us, that cause our dopamine receptors to crave that type of dopamine, because it made us feel good in the moment, and then therefore I'm sorry, I'm walking around. I'm sorry, but I'm getting the point across. I got to. So whenever that dopamine is used up, let's just say you've been out drinking beer all night, whatever, smashing chicks, and then the next day you got to go do your job. You're an accountant, or you work at the fire station, who knows, you're in the military, whatever, and you feel like crap the whole next day, not only because the alcohol and whatnot It's because the pleasure sources, the pleasure sources in your life are that would be in work, like the dopamine, the endorphins that you would get from that normally. It doesn't hit the same because whenever you have such high highs, you can never appreciate it's like they're burning out the dopamine receptors before you can use them in something positive. And this all goes back to like comfort. For some reason, I'm tying it back to comfort right now in my mind. When we're so comfortable and in a society where you can literally walk in the store and get whatever you want to eat, whatever. Just think about Native Americans. They had to go out and hunt for a week to get a buffalo and bring it back home to feed their family. We have no comprehension of that. And it's called comfort. We are so comfortable that we take everything for granted, all the opportunity in front of us, and we complain. I mean, just think of somebody who was a Native American came to what we're at now. Somebody from 1,000 years ago, whatever, came to today. They would be like, wait, you can just go in there and get food? Anyways, I am just grateful. Just grateful, I ain't gonna lie. And many of these things came from reading a lot of books. But yeah, it's like I want to also connect this with I guess I already did it. Basically having hard work become your new pleasure. Basically associating the things that move you towards who you are in life, who you desire to be, who you desire to be around, where you desire to be, the people you desire to associate with, are the things that bring you pleasure in life. That is the way we should move in this life, because that way we will never stop, we will never slow down, and you won't need motivation. Discipline will be natural. Hello. Hey ma'am, just exterior cleaning. Have a good one. Yeah, just moving towards excellence, mastery, and creating an existence that you desire to live in every single day. Not dreading going to work, not dreading going to see your family, not dreading going to this place in town, not dreading any, because we've been taught that we can only have so much of a limit of happiness and success. That's because the people that we've learned it from have never achieved another level of success, another level of happiness, because they fell into the relationship they're in. Maybe not, not saying that's everyone, but a lot of times we fall into the relationship and just stay there unhappy. And that is very detrimental to the spirit of a man if his woman is not completely accepting of where they're going. Because he'll fall back into comfort. He'll fall back into the traits that got him to where he is. Which some of those things are good, but most of the time they're not that good because they didn't get you to that next level. Anyways, love you all. If you watch out here to the end, let me know. Appreciate you.